I'm Andrew Wright. We have about 3 weeks of material to get through, so let's get on with it. Last week, Predator: Killer of Killers was released on Disney Plus as the 6th installment in the Predator franchise. The animated anthology film stars Lindsay Vonci, Louis Ozawa, and Rick Gonzalez as 3 people from human history who manage to defeat predators, but that brings consequences to them, for them. So I went into this film with low expectations because it was animated, and I don't really think highly of animated installments of live-action franchises. And frankly, the film is unsalvageable. Because the film is only 90 minutes long, and it has to cover about 4 different sections of plot, it just rushes through without properly developing any of the characters or giving us time to connect with them. So, literally, like, each of the segment introducing the characters is only like 15 minutes long. Plus, its heavy connection to Prey, the previous Predator film, it didn't help, because you could just tell how they were trying to connect it to Prey. I gave the film 1.5 stars out of 5. Predator: Killer of Killers is streaming now on Disney Plus ahead of Predator: Badlands releasing in cinemas this November. And that's actually going to have a little mini crossover with the Alien franchise, so that's going to be exciting. This week, the live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon arrived in cinemas. The film revolves around a Viking village on the Isle of Berk that has been enemies with dragons for generations when a Viking named Hiccup and a dragon named Toothless form a bond that challenges the very foundations of Viking society. It's based on a series of books by British author Cassandra Cowell, something like that. I honestly can't remember, I'm not tuned in. The film stars Mason Thames, Nico Parker, Nick Frost, Julian Dennison, and Gerard Butler, who reprises his role from the animated films. So the live-action film is directed by the director of the animated films, and in some cases is a shot-for-shot remake of the animated. So the film has received about 80% positive reviews from critics so far, who say that the film is made with a lot of loving loyalty to the original and manages to enchant on its own 2 feet, even if it doesn't live up to the original. I guess I've not seen the original. I guess the original is just something that's so highly regarded. It's untouchable. How to Train Your Dragon is in cinemas now. A sequel adapting the second film is set for release in 2027. Next weekend, the new Pixar film Elio arrives in cinemas. The film stars Jonas Kibreb and Zoe Saldana and revolves around an 11-year-old boy who struggles to fit in when he gets abducted by aliens and is mistaken as Earth's leader as he tries to navigate an intergalactic crisis. So it's all about a boy who doesn't really fit in on Earth. He wants to make friends but can't with humans, and so he sort of finds that connection among aliens and in the stars. So it's one of the typical good feeling Pixar films. I'm actually really excited for it because I love Pixar. Elio is in cinemas June 20th. Also released next weekend is 28 Years Later, a post-apocalyptic horror film, which is a sequel to the film 28 Days Later. The film features the return of director Danny Boyle and writer Alex Garland, neither of whom were involved in the original standalone sequel 28 Weeks Later. So 28 Years Later stars Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, and Ralph Fiennes. The film takes place 28 years after the rage virus escaped a medical research laboratory. So, yeah, twist. Get it, 28 years later. And survivors have managed to exist amongst the infected, This film revolves around a father and son who live on a small island community where the only connection with the mainland is a heavily guarded one-way bridge. And this father and son, they go on a mission to the mainland and discover the horrors and surprises of the outside world. So the film was filmed alongside a sequel directed by Nia DaCosta, who did the 2021 Candyman film and the Marvels. But this 28 years later sequel is called The Bone Temple, which is also confirmed to star Taylor Johnson. So I'm guessing he survived 28 years later. But most notably also stars Cillian Murphy reprising his role as Jim from 28 Days Later. And Cillian Murphy's an executive producer on the films, I believe, including this current new one, which I don't think he's in, but there was a lot of discussion when the trailer came out that he'd been zombified or something. So you just have to see. 28 Years Later is in cinemas June 19th. My most anticipated film of the year, F1 the movie, arrives in cinemas June 25th. I'm really looking forward to this one. The film stars Brad Pitt as Sonny Hayes, an American Formula One driver who competed in the 90s. So he would have competed alongside the likes of Ayrton Senna, Michael Schumacher, Damon Hill, all the greats there. And he gets asked to return to the sport to mentor a rookie prodigy at his friend's Formula One team called Apex Grand Prix. The film also stars Damson Idris as Hayes' rookie teammate, Kerry Condon as Apex Grand Prix's technical director, and Javier Bardem as the team's owner and Hayes' former teammate. The film is directed by Joseph Kosinski, who most famously directed Top Gun Maverick, which was very authentic. All the actors were actually flying fighter jets in that film. And this film, Formula F1, is an authentic depiction of Formula One, with filming taking place at actual Formula One races. And a lot of the circuits, with the 22 drivers who competed in 2023 and the 2024 seasons playing themselves in the film, including Sir Lewis Hamilton, who raced for Mercedes during the production of the film, and he's also a producer on the film. So that was actually instrumental in helping this film get made, because Pitt and Idris are actually driving actual, well, as I said, it's an actual Formula One car. It is an actual Formula One car. They actually drive it on the track. F1 is in cinemas from June 25th. I really can't wait to see it. It's going to be awesome. On June 27th, Megan 2.0 arrives in cinemas. The film is a sequel to the viral science fiction horror film that was released in the UK in January 2023. The film stars Alison Williams and Violet McGraw, reprising their roles from the first film, with the sequel revolving around a defense contractor creating their own militarized version of Megan, who then becomes sentient and attempts an AI takeover, forcing the characters to rebuild Megan as a means to fight this new robot. The trailers for the film have drawn some concern over the film's move away from horror towards a Terminator-style sci-fi action thriller, although the director has said it's still a horror film. So that's something you'll have to judge for yourself. Megan 2.0 is in cinemas June 27th. Ooh, that was a lot. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week. Not next week, on July 5th, where I'll be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth, The Old God 2, Novocaine, and a Minecraft movie. I haven't seen the Minecraft movie yet. It's going to be so bad. Can't wait to review it. See you next time.